John Bromin here, your host with the most, your supplier would never deny, and today we're going to be looking at some guns in boxes. So, do I have any idea what I'm doing here? No. I mean, I'm hoping that I know what I'm doing. Ooh. We got Bruce, Randolph, 404, Washington, Billy, and Bruce. By the way, this is an early access game, sent once again to me by my good friend Templayer, and sent to him direct through the studio. So thank everybody involved for that. I'm going to be checking this nonsense out. Let's see. It's got some boxes. It's on Steam. Let's go. It's a multiplayer-only game, isn't it? Okay. Let's join a random internet game and get my butt completely destroyed. Okay, there are no matches. Okay. Let's create an online deathmatch game. I still want to go with Randolph. All right. Am I doing something wrong? There's gotta be a single player mode, right? Get a local match, death match. I mean, it's got good soundtrack, it's got good art, but is there actually a way to play a single-player test mode? There's got to be a way to actually play the game. I mean, this is early access update 5, but there still has to be some sort of multiplayer. Wow, the music just stopped. Okay. Houston, we may have a problem. I'm going to try exiting out the game. I'm going to see if there's actually a is there a like single player mode that I'm missing? I'm not seeing any extra launch options. I'm not seeing any. Huh. Well then. This is well, this is a thing. I thought this was going to be a thing. I can't actually play this. Are there any games at all? No. There are no matches. Okay. This is kind of a shame because it looks fun. Okay. I'm going to do something I haven't done before, and that is I'm going to show you guys this game by plugging in a separate controller and playing against myself. Because darn it, I think this game deserves a chance. So at the very least I'm going to try playing against myself, and I'm going to see if that allows me any sort of success. So I can try and get a grasp for the concepts here. Because a game won't actually get successful if there's nobody trying it. Okay, let's check this out. We've got a somewhat boxy style. Twin stick shooter. Okay. Reminds me a lot of like the early like Zelda type stuff. We got a lot of games that get in this style, but okay, we've got ammo system, special abilities. Definitely plays pretty darn good. Like, it feels nice. There's a good response here. What do we got? Okay, that just fires off everything. Okay, I'm liking some of the weapons. We got a hot dog grenade thing. Okay. You've got a standard sort of firing match. Okay. Already, I'm seeing a nice... How's it handle here? Okay. I'll move this guy in a bit closer to the center. Okay. Each of them have a primary and a secondary. You've got a decent selection of weapons here. It's a sniper rifle, SMG. Some interestingly cheesy bits and bobs here. I can tell that it's supposed to be like a fast-paced sort of game. I don't really see... I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong, I would just prefer to have like a Bomberman-style solo campaign, if nothing else. Because, I mean, this is early access again, so maybe that is coming down the line. And we're just looking at early demo bits and bobs. I mean, after all, this is supposed to be early access, but at the same time, I feel like I'm... without other people here to help me out here, I feel like I'm missing things, you know? Which, of course, I am, because there's not, like, a team of other people. I'll see if I can't get some friends in to try this out, actually co-op in the future, but right now, I don't think there's much I can really do here. On the bright side, I do love how nice and, like, smooth the pixel art looks. It's well done. It looks like it's been interestingly crafted. I'm liking these little side bits where you can do some fun extra stuff. Oh, it looks like that secondary actually instantly kills him, which, fair enough. I'm definitely getting, like, a Bomberman NES vibe from this. It just feels like... Well, again, I can't really say much negative about this until I've got a chance to try this out in a proper multiplayer setting. Which, the sad thing is, when you have a game that requires multiplayer to actually get going, you run into a problem. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I could see definitely playing with my buddy Josh. But at the same time, I see this running into a problem of longevity. This was all... Even back in the day with the NES stuff, you still had even a tacked-on single-player experience with just simple bots. Which, again, this is early access. I can't stress that enough. The fact that this is in early access gives it a lot of leeway here in my book. But, at the same time, I feel... I feel that it should have had... Ooh. Never mind. Banana gun. Has a banana gun. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's like a... If there's more levels than this, or if it's just the one sprite pack for the backgrounds. I'm going to try and kill off the other character here a few times, and then see... Now, one thing I noticed with those bullets is it seems... Yes, it's fast-paced, but how many times are you going to actually want to go through a match where you have that many lives? I think Duck Game kind of gets away with it because they have a lot of level variety and whatnot. Again, this is early access, can't stress that enough, so maybe that's coming down the line. But in its current state, we've got one level, far too many lives for the deathmatch, although, again, you could fix that with just a simple, like, game setting. I'm liking the changes you've got for these bullet types here. The weapons variety seems to be there so far. Keep adding on to it, and you've got something fun there. But in a world where we already have Duck Game, where is the place for this? Is this just trying to be a top-down Duck Game? Where does this fit in? I'm seeing some potential again. I like the standard sort of like have the edges keep coming in and crumbling in so that eventually you have that really building tension as everybody's swerving around. You've only got 2 hits here. I almost wonder if it wouldn't be slightly better if you only had 1 hit. You know what I mean? Make it even faster. Nice, quick, rapid fire. Get in, get something done, get out. I mean, Hell, you can make these things super duper fast, and it would just be perfect for this sort of game. You know, like, bring in the accept the ideas of, like, Meat Boy or whatnot, where you've got this whole experience of just, oh, I died, I'm rapid fire back in, boom. Is this trying to be competitive? Well, clearly because it's only got it's got player v player only. It's got a nice tiny little, it's got a decently sized arena here. But again, this is early access. So what could I see fixing my current problems here with this? Well, right off the bat, I think art style is not a problem, right? I like the art style, I like how cutesy it is. It seems like you could do a little bit... The design on these guys is a little bit simplistic at the moment. It seems you could do with adding a bit more fine detail to them. I mean, I get that it's an artistic style. Some things don't mesh well with it, though. Like, I mean, yeah, we have these crates, right? But you're dropping futuristic weapons in a fantasy setting. In a fantasy setting, like tile set here. But it doesn't feel like I should be playing a fantasy game. You've got Halo-style weapons in a Dungeons & Dragons-style environment. With Dungeons & Dragons-style enemies. I think there needs to be a bit more cohesion between the world and the weapons. It hasn't gone quite silly enough to enter like Duck Game levels, but at the same time, again, I see potential here. I'm just trying to figure out what would I personally do to make this a better experience, other than just, you know, add in some bots. I mean, heck, even if you just have a cheesy, like, quick, okay, draw some images of the main character, draw some cheap, or reuse images. Like, hey, we've got this, throw in a quick and easy text bubble up next to it, some really basic, simplistic story that maybe we have different changes for each character. Or leave it like this, but at the same time, add in some bots, you know? I think bots make the experience for a multiplayer game like this. As somebody who has very few friends. Ooh. That feels impressive, though. As somebody who has very few friends, it's always nice to have a game that has bots. Bot matches are like my bread and butter for this sort of thing. That's where I could see myself playing a good bit of this, because it's got that feeling like that classic, Smash TV. Then again, you know, Smash TV is just like a Robotron sequel, but at the same time, it does it well. Keyboard, I don't like the feel. Give me actual twin sticks to work a twin stick shooter. Anytime. Weapon variety looks decent. You maybe add in some more varied weapons here, add in some levels. That's stuff that you can fix with being in early access, which is why it's a good thing that we have early access, because it means we can potentially fix these kind of things that could be... Because honestly, if this was just fully launched non-early access... If this was just fully launched non-early access, I couldn't really give it a pass on any of this. Because it wouldn't feel... It definitely feels like something that's in early access. Like, this is a good concept of what you can make a game. I wouldn't necessarily rely on that multiplayer environment, because then you... I mean, you can get that, but don't solely rely on it. Don't put all the eggs in one basket, because... Yeah, multiplayer can make a game better. What is this? Yeah, multiplayer can make a game better, but at the same time, that can't be your only thing. Maybe I'm just too old-fashioned in that mindset. Maybe this is what people actually want, but... I'm sitting here seeing this funky aesthetic but it's not really going further than that. It's all surface level right now. I'm gonna see if there's any funky, like, mini games or something mixed in here, or something crazy. What I kind of like is, I mean, one potential way of how you could do it is go like a Mario Party route almost. I know it sounds absurd, but I think it'd be entertaining if you, like, maybe combine some, like, mini games, board games, or something in with it, so you had something to break this up. Because already I feel like I've seen everything the game has to offer, and I don't know if it's gonna hold up long term. I mean, the gameplay's solid. It is solid. It's just, right now, in early access, this is it. Can I recommend it for the price? Well, not at the moment. I'm hoping it gets better. I mean, that's the big hope with this sort of thing. You add in some bots, maybe add in even a cheesy tacked-on story that's like, crank the cheese up to like 37 and like add in some crazy whacked-out nonsense and have some fun with it. Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna see if the characters actually have a different feel to them. Let's try. I'm not gonna put you guys through an entire match here, but I'm gonna see. Okay, they all start out with the same gun. Do I have access to potential for different guns? I mean, that would make it interesting if different characters had slightly different tweaks to, like, their drop chance, or maybe, like, you know, just something that makes them special. Like, maybe you have one character who fires 2 guns instead of 1. Have the washing machine that has his starting weapon be that he just opens his door or whatnot. Have something. It doesn't necessarily have to be mechanically different from each other, but something visually different. And right now, this feels cobbled together. It just feels like it could be more than it is, which is a good thing for early access. Because actually seeing potential back there means there's a decent experience here. But at the same time, I don't think I can get much more out of this. Because, like, we've got the same, like, 2 or 3 levels. We've got the same this, that, and the other. It's early access. But saying that doesn't excuse that in its current state it doesn't seem like there's much to it, which, again, I'll probably check back in on this in a few weeks or maybe a few updates down the line and see if there's more to it then, because maybe there will be. I'm holding out hope. They've got a wonderful, wonderful soundtrack here. Like, seriously, I love this music that they've got going on here. It's fantastic. It can keep me going. But it's like, when I'm seeing this background, I'm seeing all the potential for something that just isn't there yet. I'm gonna keep rambling here if I don't cut this off, so I'm just gonna see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a wonderful day out there, Internet. If you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, throw a dislike up there. Comment down below why you didn't like it. Tell me this stuff so I can improve. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.